a este quinto ciclo de conferencias sobre China contemporánea, coordinado por la Cátedra China Contemporánea de Flaxo. Hoy tenemos la última conferencia y no por menos importante. Les agradecemos a todos por habernos acompañado durante las anteriores 5 conferencias. En el día de hoy tenemos el inmenso placer de que nos acompañe el profesor Wang Song con la conferencia Seguridad, Gobernanza Global, China-CELAC en la reforma del sistema de gobernanza global. Inicio además recordándoles que la Secretaría General de Flaxo estará ofreciendo un certificado de participación digital sin costo a quienes completen al menos 4 conferencias. Al final de la conferencia compartiremos un enlace a una encuesta, así que es necesario que se quede en el chat. Como decía anteriormente, hoy tenemos el honor de contar con el doctor Wang Song. Wang Song es un investigador asistente en el Instituto de Estudios Latinoamericanos de la Academia China de Ciencias Sociales y es doctor en Economía por el Instituto de Tecnología de Pekín. Su experiencia abarca el análisis del insumo de producto ambiental, el cambio climático y la cooperación entre China y América Latina y el Caribe. Su investigación se centra principalmente en la integración económica regional en América Latina, con especial atención a Brasil y México. Explora vínculos transnacionales del carbono en América Latina, China y el hemisferio norte. Colabora además en informes clave sobre políticas, como el informe sobre el avance conjunto de China, los países de América Latina y el Caribe en el desarrollo de la franja y la ruta. Esta conferencia será brindada en inglés, está disponible la traducción simultánea. Así que los invitamos también de paso a activar los subtítulos en caso de que tengan algún problema con escuchar la conferencia. Y le doy la bienvenida al doctor Wang Song. Welcome, professor.
Hello, everyone. I'm Wang Song from Institute of Latin American Studies in Chinese Academy of Social Sciences. I would like to thank you, Flaxo, for giving me the chance to deliver this presentation. And it's my great honor to share my thinking about security cooperation under the China-CELAC forum here and exchange ideas with you. My topic today is advancing non-traditional security cooperation within the China-CELAC forum, building a common, comprehensive, cooperative, and sustainable security. I will cover with key areas. First, the evolving global security landscape and why China, Latin America, and the Caribbean cooperation matters. And the next is about the evolution of China's global security vision and its comparison with other traditional security approaches. And then I will talk about how the China-CELAC forum has worked out this vision through concrete cooperation. And finally, I wanted to talk about challenges and the way forward. Okay, let's first talk about the background. As we know, we are living in a world of big changes. In China, we say we are facing profound changes unseen in a century. And we are facing escalating non-traditional threats. We have seen global pandemics, climate disasters, cyber attacks, and transnational crime. Risks affect all of us, and no matter where we are, who we are. It's clear no country can be safe alone, and no country can solve these problems alone. So cooperation is absolutely essential. China is the biggest developing country, and we believe in multilateralism and source cooperation. We regard Latin America and the Caribbean as a key part of the global south and share many of our challenges and development goals. That's why our partnership is growing so fast since the 21st century, especially since the China-CELAC Forum started in 2015. This platform has developed into all-round cooperation, including security. In terms of security challenges, China's idea is guided by the vision of a common, comprehensive, cooperative, and sustainable security. That's the way we think we can build a better and safer future together. And our strategic purpose is to build a community with a shared future for mankind. Indeed, there is a long history about the development of China's global security vision, GSV. It evolved over a long time. After the Cold War in the 1990s, Chinese leaders like Foreign Minister Qian Qishen and former President Jiang Zemin started introducing ideas like comprehensive and cooperative security, emphasizing principles like mutual trust and benefit. This was the foundation. And during the years from 2002 and to 2013, we developed the new security vision. It covers not only national defense matters, but also foreign cooperation in security matters. This period saw the systematic articulation of the concept, moving to seeking common security through cooperation, covering all aspects from military to environmental. And then a major milestone was in 2014. President Xi Jinping launched the Asian Security Vision, firmly centering on common, comprehensive, cooperative, and sustainable security for the Asia region. And it was the systematic blueprint. And then 3 years later, in 2017, this concept expanded into a full global security vision. So it became a solution for the entire world. And more recently, in 2022, President Xi Jinping officially introduced the Global Security Initiative. GSV became its cornerstone and first point of emphasis. So it became a clear, actionable global public good. So you can see, GSV is not a sudden idea. It's a continuous, evolving journey of development, and deeply rooted in China's security practice and responding to changing global needs. There are 4 principles in GSV. The first one is common security. It means that security is a shared responsibility in an interdependent world, and it requires joint construction and maintenance. So this principle highlights the interconnectedness of security and collective efforts. It rejects absolute security through unilateral actions. The next one is comprehensive security. It means that we should adopt a holistic approach maintaining security in both traditional and non-traditional domains. So it emphasizes enhancing security governance in a coordinated way across diverse fields, like political, economical, digital, health, and environmental. All of these things require integrated strategies. And the third one is cooperative security. We think that we should commit to cooperation, bring about the security through political dialogue and peaceful negotiation. That means we should promote various forms of international and regional cooperation based on mutual trust, respect, and equality. And it opposes unilateralism and poor politics. The final one is sustainable security. We think that security must be rooted in development by resolving conflicts through eliminating the breeding ground for insecurity, like poverty and inequality. And it focuses on the long-term fundamental nature of security issues. And it combines development efforts with security strategies. So you can see this vision, GSV, now central to China's global security initiative, offers an alternative to traditional zero-sum approaches. Let's now compare China's GSV with more traditional security thinking. This table shows the differences across four key dimensions. Let's go through each one. First, the object of security. Traditional views often seek absolute security for one nation. It's state-centric and often neglects global well-being. But GSV champions common security, means that safety is universal and for everyone. Nobody is safe until everyone is safe. Next, the scope of security. Traditional views have exclusive security, often limited to military or political threats. In contrast, global security vision promotes comprehensive security. It integrates all kinds of threats like cyber, climate, pandemics, terrorism, and take a holistic approach to our interconnected world. And then the means of security. Traditional thinking often relies on aliens and confrontation, and using military blocks, deterrence, or sanctions, which leads to zero-sum competition. Well, GSV is about cooperation. We believe in dialogue, consultation, and international cooperation, respecting United Nations mechanisms and building joint efforts for global challenges like pandemics and climate change. Finally, as to the foundation of security, traditional views often pursue hegemony for security, trying to maintain power through like economic or tax sanctions, and it creates instability. While GSV emphasizes sustainable security rooted in development for lasting peace and prosperity. It's about capacity building and mutual economic benefit. And we deeply believe that poverty is often the root of conflict. In essence, traditional security is often state-centric, military focused and often zero-sum games. While GSV is forward-looking and inclusive, aimed at building a world free from war, poverty, and disease in a systematic way. And security is shared by all. I think it's really a necessary shift for a globalized world. All right. Let's see how China CELAC forum security cooperation has really grown. This slide shows a clear journey from initial ideas to full-blown actions, and clearly rooted in global security vision. Back in 2015, the first ministry meeting of China-CELAC forum was practical in terms of security issues. It focused on citizen security and business security, cybercrime, judicial cooperation, and borders. These things are standard stuff, but it sets a cooperative tone. And in 2018, things expanded quickly. Now we started tackling bigger traditional security threats like anti-terrorism, weapons of mass destruction, and conventional arms control. And also we delved deeper into organized crime. It was our first big step toward a truly comprehensive approach. And in 2021, during the pandemic, public health becomes a priority. It's a direct fit for comprehensive security. We also started building long-term mechanisms for things like data security and disaster management. That's really sustainable security in action. In 2025, this year, we now take a full spectrum coverage from AI governance, climate, Antarctic research, and in our action plan, we have a special section on global challenges and fully embracing the global security initiative. It's a mature, forward-thinking framework across most of the security dimensions. So you can see all cooperation is adaptable, demand-driven, and truly global. It's an example of the global security vision growing into practice. So to sum it up, we have seen China-CELAC cooperation really shows our global security vision in action. In terms of common security, it moves from bilateral security to global solidarity. For example, in 2015, we focused on individual citizen and business security. And now in 2025, we started working on global response in terms of terrorism, WMDS, climate pandemics. And in terms of comprehensive security, we have already expanded from non-traditional security to include all domains such as political, economic, digital, health, and environmental. As to cooperative security, our strategy has evolved from ad hoc to systematic partnership. Like in 2015, we have judicial aid, and nowadays we have joint action mechanisms like joint task forces, defense forums, and climate finance mechanisms. And finally, in terms of sustainable security, it developed from crisis response to development integrated resilience, like pandemic medical aid in 2022, a short-term response, but now we seek long-term structural solutions like AI governance, data security across nations, and local vaccine production ability, and so on. And I think the real value of global security vision lies in its practical application. And there's some typical examples about non-traditional security cooperation in the framework of the China-CELAC forum. Like in public health, we view global public health as a shared challenge. And during the years of pandemic, we advocated vaccines as a global public good and opposed vaccine nationalism. For cyber and digital security, we think that cyberspace is a shared homeland for all countries, and we advocate a peaceful, secure, open, and cooperative cyberspace. And we are collaborating on 5G, cybersecurity, and data governance, empowering both China and Latin American countries to own our digital future. Indeed, we have a global data security initiative in practice, and on climate and environmental challenges, we fully support a Paris Agreement, adhere to common but differentiated responsibilities, and it's about real actions. We know that the two sides have a large scale of investment in terms of green energy projects, and we are taking practical climate adaptation efforts for sustainable growth. And with space technology cooperation, we view space tech as a key tool for national governance, disaster response, and economic development. Tools like Beidou navigation and remote sensing are broadly employed to boost disaster management and sustainable regional planning. In essence, our approach is about empowerment, technology transfer, and mutual respect. It truly offers an inclusive, development-focused model for global security governance. And I think these examples highlight core pillars of China Latin America non-traditional security cooperation. First, the cooperation upholds the global security vision and demonstrates true multilateralism. Our cooperation relies on dialogue and pragmatic solutions. Differs sharply from unilateralism or zero-sum games. we are building open, inclusive security governance. And the second, it's really a typical example of source cooperation. We operate on equality, mutual benefit, and mutual trust without political preconditions. The focus is always on building local capacity and self-reliance. We do not want to create a new dependence. It's about teaching fishing, not just giving fish. And third, risk cooperation supplements and promotes global security governance. We are forging new security partnerships among developing countries, offering a more inclusive, development-oriented model for global public goods. It's based on shared visions and mutual respect. I think the cooperation will have a profound impact on global governance. It challenges interventionism, upholding non-interference, and it moves beyond alliance politics, building open, inclusive security without targeting third parties, and it reforms global governance, strengthening the global South was for a fair world, and it practices the vision of a community with a shared future for mankind. It proves that diverse nations can truly cooperate for a win-win future. Indeed, it refutes the idea of crash of civilizations. Of course, we have several challenges needed to address. First, there are geopolitical interference and misinformation campaigns trying to disrupt our cooperation, especially during the second term of the Trump administration. And second, Latin America and the Caribbean's vast political diversity and occasional instability in some countries can sometimes complicate things. And third, we need to guarantee long-term funding and sustainability of cooperation. Our projects in these corporations should sustain themselves. And finally, we must improve our narrative influence globally to counter misperceptions. I think we can have some recommendations moving forward. For example, we need to deepen strategic trust through multi-levels dialogue between the two sides. And we can try to expand cooperation areas, especially new areas like biosecurity, even space security. And it's crucial to strengthen our institutional mechanisms to ensure more efficient collaboration and strengthen people-to-people exchanges because understanding each other better builds stronger bonds. And finally, we must coordinate closely in multilateral forums to amplify our shared voice on the global stage, like in United Nations, G20, BRICS, and so on. Finally, I want to talk about the perspective of the non-traditional security cooperation uh, uh, between China and Latin American countries, and the potential impacts brought by the second Trump administration. I think we have a bright perspective in terms of non-traditional security cooperation because we have strong foundations laid down over the uh, last 10 years, especially in terms of climate change and public health cooperation. And look into the future. I think certain areas driven by high-tech development like AI and 5G and green energy transition. We have a big potential for our cooperation. Of course, both China and Latin American countries are under greater pressure from United States. In the short term, it may be a problem, but in the long term, I think we can find out ways to push our cooperation forward. And in the short term, we can keep focusing on low sensitive initiatives like climate change, like biosecurity, like green transition, and these areas has really big potential. Okay, that's all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Professor Wang, for this amazing presentation. So we have a few questions in the chat. So I also uh, would tell to the people who is in the chat to do like more questions. But there is a question who says like a few hours ago there was an attack near the European delegation in Ukraine. What do you think is the China's relation position in this conflict between Russia and Ukraine? And what do you think how this affects the global security? Also, uh, how so Marcelo asked how ex-president of China Deng Xiaoping um, influenced on how China is now, and what efforts did Henry Kissinger did to China in terms of modernization of the country. So can you ask these questions, please?
Okay. The first question is about the conflict, the ongoing conflict between Russia and Ukraine, and indeed, I think the world has been divided into maybe um, two camps in terms of who is the who is the justice in this war in this conflict. Uh, from China's perspective, we think like no country is safe until every country is safe, and we do not like the country, but the war keeps going. And we hope the war stops, and we want to maintain a normal relationship with every country, and want to make peace through multilateralism ways, like through the United Nations, through negotiations. We know that when two countries try to resolve like problems in terms of national land through war, it's really difficult to stop it. And we try our best to promote the negotiation and create conditions to dialogue. This is our position. And in terms of our former leader, Deng Xiaoping, his influence on our security principles or positions. During the 1980s to 1990s, Deng Xiaoping made a critical judgment about our situation. He thought right, we are in an era of peace and development. We should focus to promote our nation from poverty, focus on economic development, and it's a great change to China. During the years from 1950s to 1970s, during those days, China was preparing wars, big world wars actually, and we spend too much resources and human resources in terms of war preparation, and it caused a big how to say it has caused a bigger investment, and then from 1980s, China moved from war preparation to economic development. That's a huge change, and I think until these days, we still follow Deng Xiaoping's teaching and focus on our attention on development, on maintaining a peace with other countries. Yeah.
Thank you, Professor. So there's another question. It says, like, in the current context where Trump has once again made Latin American organized crime a security priority for the United States, what effects do you see on the way Latin America builds or redefines its ties with China in this context of the American Trump organized crime security problem? And also, sorry, and also how the gender approach, how you visibilize that in the global security from China. How you think gender approach can visibilize in this context?
Um, yeah. The great competition between China and the United States has already made a great impact all over the world, and Latin American nations are facing increasing pressure from the United States to abandon cooperation with China, especially in terms of security areas. And some highly sensitive projects like 5G and 5G network, cyber protection, and critical material, and ports and railways. These things that the United States think that we have military use. Actually, we do not want to make Latin American nations as a battlefield between China and the United States. It's not our purpose, and we think that we can avoid mitigate the pressure by focus on low sensitive issues, because global security vision include comprehensive security, means that we have many things can do in different areas, like public health, climate change, and green transition. These things we can cooperate without much pressure from other countries, because these things these things are promoted by the international society. So we can focus on the low sensitive areas. And anyway, the political climate changes quickly, and we should have patience to endure the storm in the short term. Anyway, we have a strong foundation over the past decades in terms of our cooperation. And we think we can finally work out solutions to tackle these challenges.
Thank you very much, Professor. There is no more questions in the chat, so I will thank you very much for this amazing conference. I will thank the chat for participating in this cycle of conferences. Remind you that in the chat there is the link for the assistant and this cycle, so you can have your diploma. And
okay,
thank you all again. Thank you to the Flaxo. Thank you to everyone who made this cycle of conference possible. And we'll invite you to the next year to participate again in this cycle of conference about China. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.